Now, talk about cool stuff. Do you know what the Consumer Electronics Show is? It is a giant, and I mean giant show, 1.7 million net square feet of exhibit space, and it takes place in Las Vegas. It's been going on for decades now. 1967 it started in New York, but now it is big. And if you like technical toys or anything, the gadgets and all that, this is the place to be. And every year we talk about it. Every year we get a preview of what the newest gadgets are. And on the other end of our line right now to walk us through the convention center is Todd Townsend. He's a nationally recognized consumer trends and technology expert. Good morning, and thanks for being available so early.
Hey, good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Good. Well, I guess we can work up to what you consider to be the star of the show, but what's turning heads at the Consumer Electronics Show this year?
Well, lots of stuff. I wanted to point out something you said in your intro there about just a massive show. You're absolutely right. To give people a perspective, this thing is more than a dozen football fields worth of technology. I mean, it's you can do the math. It's absolutely incredible. It's the newest stuff in the world every year from all over the world, biggest show. And we see new things here every year that, they blow your mind. You're not used to seeing, and some are just updates of what's been out. Always cool. Something that's new here this year that we're seeing are things that are standard appliances, but they're getting technology involved. And, for example, I have here with me something called the Whirlpool CoolVox Concept Refrigerator. Now, what Whirlpool's trying to do is actually use design and high-end design to simplify technology. And what this does, this actually has speakers built into the refrigerator. They're hidden inside the front doors. It's a French door refrigerator, and it will connect by Bluetooth to your wireless device, whether it's a phone or a tablet or a computer, and you can play music right out of the refrigerator. And it just looks, the music magically, in fact, I've got it hooked up to a phone here. I'm going to press play, and that's actually playing out of the refrigerator right now.
Okay.
A little Rihanna there.
Very good. And so it's pretty amazing. So think about it. You're in the kitchen, you're cooking dinner, and you want to listen to a cooking podcast, or you just want to play some music. You don't have to run any wires. There's no stereo. You just connect your mobile device wirelessly, press the button, and sound magically comes out of the refrigerator. It's really, really cool. So this is a concept, and we're seeing kind of things like this.
You should make it play the She's Too Fat polka so that you won't open the refrigerator.
Oh, man, that's right. You could open the door and have it play custom music. There's an interesting idea. See, thinking like a CES expert. The other things, we're seeing things like newer mobile phones, and they're just getting better and better. LG has one. They're all new LG Optimus G, and this has the very latest quad core. It's the Snapdragon S4 Pro processor. Really, really lightning quick. And what that does is it lets this phone do all kinds of things that most phones can't. One is it can show two things at once on the display. So, on a normal phone, you're watching a movie, and if you want to go send a text to somebody, you have to pause the movie, go to the other screen, send the text. This can actually split the screen, and you can send the text or do something else on the phone while you're watching the video.
And while you're driving. You can get it all done at one time.
Hopefully not while you're driving. Self-driving cars in the future. We're not there yet. But it does other things, like it has a function called Quick Memo. So if you take a photo or you're scanning something, you can then take that and draw on the screen and put notes on it. So if you want to annotate a photo.
Oh, wow. Your own captions.
Do captions just right from the devices, no other equipment required. You can also, it has something called Live Zoom because of this quad-core processor. So if you're, say, watching a video again and it's got a lot of detail and you wanted to zoom in, it can zoom in up to 5 times on that video by just using your fingers, and so you can pan around the screen and really see what's going on.
Now, what would you want to zoom in on a movie?
You never know.
I got some ideas.
Yeah, you never know. Be creative. That's what technology for, being creative. It also lets you mirror the display to at least 2 different screens. So in other words, I can send this to my big screen TV if I want to watch a video I shot or a movie. So it's got dual screen, dual play.
Wow.
Average price range $200 on a 2-year contract with AT&T or Sprint. And also I have with me here, and I wish you could see this on the radio, but this is another LG Electronics television. This thing is 84 inches wide, but what's key is it's quad HD, or what's called 4K TV. So what that is it's got 4 times the amount of pixels on the screen as your normal regular HD TV. So it's like cramming 4 42-inch TVs into this one TV. And I got to tell you, Michael, this thing is the sharpest resolution available on the market. This is what the future is all about. It's like standing here and looking at a photograph, a high-quality photograph moving, or looking out the window at a beautiful vista. It is, until you put your eyes on it and see it, you just cannot understand how great this looks. So this is out now. It's 84 inches. It's $17,000, and these things start up there. It's a massive TV, and they may in the future have additional sizes to come available later this year, a little bit smaller. smaller, but nothing yet. One other thing this does, too, is it does what's called up-converting. So what that means is if you have existing DVDs or Blu-ray discs that you watch on your normal HD TV, this will play those, and what it does is it uses technology, what's called up-convert, meaning adding information to the picture, like adding pixels, so it works out on this sharp screen. So it actually can make your existing content that's standard HD look even better by itself. So those are the kind of things. We're seeing TVs that are really getting to the point of being truly lifelike and truly like looking out a window. We're getting mobile devices and phones that are just not only getting faster, but these faster processes are allowing them to do new and creative things. And we're getting things like the Whirlpool refrigerator concept, which is taking technology and kind of hiding it behind the scenes, but to give it some new functionality.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in your walkabouts there over the years?
Well, I'll tell you, the weirdest, gosh, that's a good question. You usually see the standard technology models. You see things, you see a lot of little gadgets in some of the smaller booths that like plug into USB ports, I guess. There was a few years there where you'd see these crazy USB things, like started off with fans, and then there's heated coffee mugs and little things like that.
Yeah.
Big things, there's a lot of really innovative things for the cars are big here in the sense of the technology going into cars. And you see some really creative things coming into the cars, technology in the future, where your car is becoming just like your living room, not only screens and things like that, but stuff that helps you drive better, keeps you more alert. So, yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of really what I would call weird. You just see things where it's kind of those ooh or gotcha moments where, you know, what a great idea. It's something that seemed so obvious at the time, but it took someone to actually put it out there and put it in front of you, and you go, wow, what a great idea.
It must be overwhelming when you have that much convention space to just walk and walk and walk. And you have casinos usually that are full of bells and lights and whistles. This time it's the convention space.
Well, that's absolutely true. And this being an industry trade show, so it's not open to the public, it's actually, if the public wants to, people want to find out about these things, the best places to go are either to the websites of things like Whirlpool or LG, but also to some of the technology blogs, because quite frankly, you can find out more about what's here by reading online than you ever could walking around booth to booth as an individual, because there's just too much. And so this is where industry people come to do business, to make deals, and to see what's out there. But the people listening to this show, if they want to find out what's going on here at the show, just go online to some of the big gadget blogs and search around, and you're going to get more information than you could ever use, and you can scan down and find things that interest you and then dive in from there.
All right, Todd, keep your batteries charged, okay?
We will. We got it plugged in.
You got to. You'll burn it right out these days with all that information coming through there from the Consumer Electronics Show. That's Todd Townsend, and you would have seen him on all the networks, and you may see him this week, too, as coverage of the Consumer Electronics Show from Las Vegas makes national news. It's Michael Patrick Shiels.